You've done a lot of SEO for other languages.
Yes, I did. Basically English, French, Arabic mostly.
What have you noticed makes the biggest difference, and what are mistakes that people make?
Which keywords to focus on? So for example, there are a lot of brands for whom we work. Uh, I will talk about one of our clients. It's in the men's underwear niche in France. So if it was in the US, for example, it would have been like highly competitive. In France, basically, not so much. It is quite challenging, but not so much. So although we were like against Amazon, Calvin Klein, and some other local brands, there is a lot of opportunities, and we are ranking top 3, top 1, top 10 on a lot of keywords. Of course, top 10 is not very interesting in terms of e-commerce, because as you know, there is like the real estate in the e-commerce keywords is not very favorable for the if you are in between position 5 and 10, because basically if you Google, let's say, men's underwear France, you will find the Google Shopping section, the ad part. After the ad part, the shopping, the organic, the blue links, ads, and then the blue links, organic. You see, so it's either you go top 3 or basically nothing in e-commerce. I believe it's literally the same thing in the US.
Yeah, that's really key. I mean, yeah, with all of those features up top, you gotta have a top position. Before we even talk about, I agree. Like this is a common question that I get, which is like a lot of people ask me, will my SEO course, my SEO method, compact keywords, will that work for them in their language? It's like I'm not in English, will it work for me? And I try to explain SEO in other languages is so much easier.
Yes,
People don't know. It's so easy. It's mind-numbingly easy. Not only do you rank faster, do you rank easier, because Google has more gaps to fill in other languages, you rank for more keywords.
definitely,
It's
definitely.
great. But okay, so let me ask you this.
Tell me.
Are you doing any basic technical things to do SEO in other languages that people need to know about? Or is it just use the keywords and have pages in the languages?
It's basically SEO in English is SEO in every other language. So there is not like a catch. It's just that it is a bit less challenging. So we do not have like a special strategy for keywords that we want to rank in the US or in the UK or in Australia versus keywords in France or keywords in Morocco, where I'm from, etc.
Are you having pages and that same page is translated into multiple languages?
It depends. For example, I will be talking about my like our own agency. Our focus is mostly on landing pages that are geo oriented. So, for example, I will make it in English: SEO agency Morocco, SEO agency Rabat, which is a city in Morocco. So we focus on this, but we do it in French, but we do not do it in English. Why? Because people in France and Belgium, like French speaking countries, they are interested in the services of a Moroccan agency and they write in French. It is quite useless for us to translate the same pages in another language because they don't like. I don't think you ever heard of someone in the US who told you, I want to work with a Moroccan agency for my SEO, so I'm a Google SEO agency Morocco. I don't think it ever happened to you. You see, so in this case, for blogs, yes, we do translate, but for specific landing pages that are geo-oriented, uh, we do not always translate. We only do what's like the Pareto thing. What is the 20% that will yield us the 80%? which is basically what you are teaching in your compact keywords. Like focus on the high quality keywords. Do not try to do everything. Do not, yeah. So that's what we do.
This method of marketing is so effective, I had to make sure it wasn't against Google's rules before I kept doing it. It's a form of SEO I call compact keywords. Whereas most SEO focuses on putting up articles to answer questions how, what, when, compact keywords focuses on putting up dozens of pages that sell to searchers who are actually looking to buy. These pages rank on Google and convert so much better than normal that when I discovered this years ago, I couldn't believe this was allowed. It's less work too. The average compact keywords page is only 415 words. Compact Keywords is a 13-hour deep course on getting sales with SEO. A customer recently said, "Each lesson is dense with information. You're giving years worth of experience boiled down into 15 to 30-minute lessons with no filler or fluff. I feel like I'm gaining a new superpower." Compact Keywords is about setting up an SEO funnel that brings you sales for years and years and years. It works with AI, it's less work than traditional SEO, and it makes way more money. You can get it now at compactkeywords.com. Back to the podcast. Yeah, I like that you're dispelling this myth that cause some people believe that SEO in other languages is more difficult.
It's not.
It's, you know, I would even say if you are fluent in another language and you are good at SEO, don't start in English. Start in that other language because it's yeah, fine, there's less search volume in general, but it's so you can rank for so much because you can rank for so much more so much faster, and the competition is less savvy when it comes to literally everything. It's just like it's really easy. It's crazy.
I agree with you, like a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. So yes. However, there are some other challenges that any business owner or anyone willing to do SEO in another language should take into consideration. I will talk about the case of our agency, for example. There is no comparison between the budgets of the clients that we get in the US or the UAE versus.
I mean, look, no. If you're talking about client services,
Exactly.
like that's different.
You
I mean,
see,
I'm saying I'm really talking more so if you have your own business.
if I'm talking about my own business, like the agency, the marketing agency.
Yeah, but you're talking about budgets of clients. I'm saying if you are selling something and you can sell that in other languages, in other countries,
It's easy, especially
yes.
if it's something like where the price is very clear. For example, you are going to sell some
No, but
sneakers,
the
or
clients that you want, yeah, like sure.
it's about the clients that you want.
American clients will pay the most money.
American clients, UK
If you
clients,
have
and
an
Dubai
SEO agency.
clients.
But a lot of people, a lot of people listening to this show, though, they are doing SEO for their own businesses. They have an e-com business, they want to sell stuff. They have a SaaS business, they want to sell stuff.
In this case,
They have a services business that's not an SEO services business, want to sell stuff.
in this case, it's absolutely a big opportunity for them, especially if they are already ranking in the US. If they do things right, like in terms of the website architecture, in terms of managing the language and the translation, the Hreflang, etc., there is a lot of opportunity in the other languages.
Well,
Because
that's
yeah.
talk about Hreflang there, so that people understand it.
Okay, so Hreflang basically, to make it very simple, is is a way of saying to Google, this page translated is this page. Right? All right, master.
This is so Hreflang for people to understand.
Yeah.
If you're new to SEO, you may have heard that term just thrown around. This is if you have one page translated into multiple languages.
Exactly.
And so you want to tell search engines, here's the same page in French. Here's the same page in Arabic. Here's the same page in Spanish.
Exactly. So you're basically indicating to Google that the translation of this specific page is this page in this language. So this is the Hreflang. But yeah, absolutely, Edward.
You don't need it if your site is entirely in French. You don't need it. But
Absolutely.
if your site is entirely in French and then you decide to make some of those pages in English,
Exactly.
then it's useful. And now I will say it's actually not necessary. It is a misconception that it is necessary. It's not necessary. And I see that all the time. Because what some sites will want to do is they will only want to take their highest performing pages and then have those translated. And because those ones are translated and it's not every single page, the implementation for Hreflang is a bit more difficult because you have to do it by page basis. Some people don't bother to do it. They're still ranking in other languages because it's easy. Because it's easy.
Yeah, I see. In our case, we do the hreflang and we do it manually and we manage it page per page because, as I said,
No, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. You definitely should if you have the bandwidth, but I am saying it's not entirely necessary.
yeah, I get it. I get it. So tell me about you. How is uh, how is life in New York? How is business going? Like, I saw that on Instagram you had a lot of followers, but LinkedIn not you're not working on LinkedIn that much, right?
Oh, I just started on LinkedIn.
Perfect. I'm following you, and I really love the content. I'm not glazing you, but I insist on my agents, like the teammates in my agency, to watch you. And there are 3 channels that I really recommend to my teammates. This way we are always up to date with the latest trends. So yeah,
What are the
thank you
three
very much.
channels? What are the 3 channels?
Okay, so there is you. There is also like a black hat-ish channel, which is like Indexy, Jackie Chow, if you
I
know
thought
him.
you were going to say Charles Float.
No, Jackie Chow.
Okay.
And what else? What else? What else? And Backlinko.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Backlink was classic.
he is classic. But like you get you give great advice that is white hat advice. But
Oh, I share a lot of Black Hat stuff on this show too.
no,
But
hardly ever.
have you not seen my Parasite SEO episodes? Come on.
Not the last one.
Mm.
I've watched one, but no. And however, the other channel, like Jackie Chow, he is in the gray hat, black hat
So
thing.
what are some crazy Black Hat, Gray Hat stuff that you've seen?
Crazy
And have
black
you
hat,
tried
gray hat.
anything? Yeah,
Yes,
and
I
what have you
did.
tried?
Actually, I did.
Okay, let's hear this.
All right. Can I share my screen? This is a project we are working on it in our agency, and it belongs to the agency. So basically, I was free to do whatever we decided internally. It's a very nice website. We do sell products here. The thing is, I watched a video that was talking about this money robot, and explicitly it
What
was
is Money Robot? Explain
yes.
to people what Money Robot is.
So money robot is a system, an automated system that basically what it does is you go here, you name a campaign, you give the landing page or the website URL, and then the focus keywords, the keywords that you want to rank for. Once you launch it, it's like a PBN. You choose the type of PBNs. PBN is
So this
to
is
make it, yeah,
for people listening. This is Black Hat. This is against the rules.
definitely against the rules. But as you may know, against the rules doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It just means that uh, it's not guaranteed that it will not bite you in the ass later, right?
Yes, that's important for people to understand.
Very important.
Yeah.
So what it does is they have some PBNs. PBNs is private blogging network. It's a lot of websites that are interlinked between them. And yeah, once you launch a campaign, basically what it does is they give you a bunch of backlinks. And they give you the link of the backlinks, and you will see that, for example, this link will be linking to another link that would be linking to your website.
So
And
walk us through a backlink flow.
let me check if it's gonna work. Okay, so for example, this is a generated blog from them. This one, it has direct backlink to the website. So if I click here, Inspect. Doc. I have it here. It's ahref https keycode.ma here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not no follow, which means it's a do follow, which
Right.
means like the link juice is here. And we will also find, if I'm lucky enough, let's hope it's
And
this
so
one.
then, so that you're saying that that link goes to another site, which then goes to your site.
Not this one specifically, but this one. So
Okay.
for example, this one, our website is keycode.ma.
Oh,
And
so that one
this,
went directly to your site. Okay.
exactly, it
Uh-huh.
went directly.
Mm-hmm.
However, this one in another blog, it doesn't go to Kiko. It goes to somewhere else.
So
And
that
and
goes to somewhere else, and then
this
that goes to
one,
you.
exactly.
So let me ask you this: what results have you seen using this? Have you seen how long has it taken to see results? Have you seen results?
Okay, so like we definitely saw results. That's the short answer. As you can see here, this is the graph of the visibility.
When okay, I see the visibility graph, but I mean, there's a lot of things
When
that
I
could
have
be going into
started,
this.
I have started literally like 7 days ago. Let me
Ah,
check.
so okay.
Yeah, let me check the date. This way, everything is very clear for everybody who's watching. It's not here. Let me see here. View task. 13.
Okay, you started on
I
the
started
13th of
13 this
August.
month, the
So
13th
let's
of
look at the
August.
graph. Let's look at the graph.
And the graph, 13th of August is something like this. So give it the time to
So it
to
took
generate the
7 days.
links.
It took 7 days basically for the effects to start.
Exactly. Plus, I
Is that
didn't force.
would you attribute that growth only to the backlinks, or would you attribute it to anything else?
I would say most likely, because if I compare, for example, like 7 days ago to previous 7 days, in terms of the website, we didn't add any specific pages. We
Go back up to the graph.
this one.
So it looks like on the left at the end of July you experienced downward growth, and now your growth is back up. Why isn't this why? Oh, yeah. Go. You know what?
This is
Zoom out
July.
more.
I will zoom out 90
Yeah.
days.
Let's.
This way it's clearer. All right. So
So I see that you're overall trending up.
exactly.
But to be honest, and I'm not saying backlinks aren't important, but I am saying that Google is good at identifying bad backlinks. It, your backlinks probably helped, but you were trending up
No, definitely.
before the backlinks.
Absolutely. Like, okay, disclaimers to the people watching. It's not only the backlinks. Like, the basics are there, the architecture, the internal linking, the external linking, the keyword research, the keyword density, the alt text. Everything has been set up properly. So, but we did also add the backlinks around here. The time that it got indexed, because I didn't force any indexing. Basically, we are starting to see this result. But once again, please do not do that. Otherwise, if you choose to do it, it's at your own cost. And SEO is not that simple. Do we agree
Have you
on
had
that?
any bad experiences? Have you had any bad experiences with Black Hat link building?
Black hat link building, no. But black hat practices, I believe so.
Like what?
Over optimizing anchor text.
That's a big one.
It is a big one. Like, and the issue is that we have it on some very, very critical websites that belong to the agency once again, and we are a bit stuck because we built these backlinks, a lot of them, with over-optimized anchors, and after a few months, it works, but after extra few months, you find that there are some competitors who are doing better than you, but when you do the audit, basically you have everything better than them, almost. And the biggest, like the most obvious explanation to for us then it's like, okay, like the cloud of the anchor text, it should be adjusted. For example, let me say just an example. Let's suppose it's about our agency. I have a lot of anchor text that is called the SEO agency, which for Google is like, obviously it's not a natural pattern. So now we are trying to find like some strategies of diluting the percentage of the exact match from the overall count, overall number of backlinks. Am I being clear?
You are being clear. So I'm just going to explain this more for
Yeah,
the people. This is a very, very common mistake that people make in SEO. And actually, I've shared on a lot of episodes ratios of anchor text that you want to have. And so what people will do when what people will do is they're like, oh, anchor text is important, and I should have my keyword in the anchor text. Or yeah, I should have my keyword in the anchor text. And so they buy a bunch of backlinks, and all the anchor text just says their target keyword. And that is very unnatural. What Google wants to see is it wants to see natural ratios for everything. Like natural 10%. So you want to see natural ratios for anchor text, for do follow versus no follow, for high domain authority versus low domain authority. So
exactly.
yeah,
Exactly, and absolutely. So, and especially,
Google has like all the data in the world. Google knows what is natural. And so a lot of what happens is SEOs, they hear one thing is important, they will go hard on it, and
that's
they will
the
go hard
issue.
on it in a way that is unnatural.
Especially when, like, this is what happened for us. Uh, the first time we have started working on, trying to over optimize the anchors, uh, we have started seeing some effects, positive effects, which was good. So we decided, and this was the biggest mistake, to scale up the efforts. And when you scale up doing exact match anchors, it's basically negative SEO for you. So you find yourself having very highly qualitative landing page. The user experience is great. Like people do not pogo stick. Pogo sticking is like when people Google something, they visit your website, they leave your website, but they visit a competitor. Google, it's very bad for you. So the retention rate was good. Everything was great. And then the authority score is way better. So basically, you find that everything is perfect, but there is this very big issue of exact match anchors. So guys, if you find if you want a key takeaway from this meeting, from this call, this one, your exact match anchors percentage should not go above 10%. Otherwise, it will be very bad for your website.
I'm gonna pull up the exact match anchor that I shared,
Good. Go ahead.
because I have this ratio here. So, and I've shared this on episodes before. All right, I got it. So I'm gonna just open up I'm gonna open up this podcast and find I'm gonna find the portion where I share this. So 1 second. I have this. Here we go. Okay. All right. Exact match. So what I had seen is 5 to 15%, but I like being cautious. So let's say 5 to 10%. Brand anchors, so that's your brand name as an anchor text. That's 30 to 40% of links have that.
Makes sense.
Title anchors is in the title of the page, 10 to 15%. Generic anchors, so like click here or here, that's 10 to 15%. Then the plain URL, just a naked URL, 15 to 20%, and then related keywords, 10 to 20%.
Which makes absolute sense. Because obviously, for the people listening, if you were, let's say, writing a blog, it's not really natural that you would say, check out this uh, sneaker New York. That's no, nobody will type like this.
But
Tell me.
let me challenge you on this, because people might people might think, oh my God, I need to like, wow, look at that graph. I need to buy links. We just talked about how easy SEO is in other languages as an example. There's so many great white hat link building methods that where you don't have to risk you don't have to risk this stuff.
You're talking how
So
to.
maybe I'm talking directories, I'm talking help a reporter out, source of sources, featured.com. I'm talking about uh podcast backlinks, or I'm talking about linkable assets. Oh my God, linkable assets are incredible. Like no link building budget can get the results that a decent linkable asset will get you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. There are so many of these methods. So yeah, and especially if you're doing SEO in if you're doing SEO in other languages, honestly, some directories might just be enough at the beginning.
I absolutely agree, and I have had like, it's a good story for you. We have a plumber. It's a client in Belgium. You know, plumbing, it's quite competitive locally.
Right.
He was working with another state agency. He was absolutely stagnating. It didn't work out for him, etc. Of course, we have reviewed his website, created some content, but the biggest wins was the directories and index. Just the directories and indexing the directories, of course, with the help a bit of the website. It helped him rank
All right,
position
so talk about
one.
that. Talk about this and explain exactly what you did for people listening.
Okay, what I did was, I will make it
Exactly,
very simple.
step by step. Give like a step by step here.
Step by step. Okay, so for this very specific client, he had redesigned his website with a stupid agency, and they told him we are going to do SEO. They didn't do any SEO. And by the way, it's very frequent in this area. People, they say they do SEO, they absolutely do nothing. Like, you don't even.
A lot of web developers will say we're going to SEO your site. They don't even know what that means themselves.
And I find that they had no Google Search Console. So how can you talk?
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, no,
that's crazy.
It's very frequent, very frequent.
That's crazy.
That's the people who are selling SEO services with for 150 euros. They expect to get what you pay for. Anyway, so this one, he redesigned his website, quite good, but SEO-wise, it was very bullshit. We created a lot of pages, and what has happened is that during the redesign, the person who took care of the redesign did not do the 301 redirections.
Wow.
Yes, and once again, it's a very frequent thing. The 301 redirections, basically, for those who don't know, is like saying to Google, you see this old URL, now it is this new URL.
I'm imagining the client saying to you, but the agency said that they SEO'd our site.
No, this client specifically, he knew what was happening.
Okay.
He knew what was happening. Good. Yeah. So they didn't 301. So first thing, the quickest win is we went through the history of the pages and we did some 301s. This way we get old pages. Second thing, we get especially the link juice, like the SEO that these old pages had. After that, we created some new pages. And after that, there are some good people on Fiverr, although it's frowned upon, but you choose the provider of the very limited services. For example, this is a provider that only offers citations. Citations is, for example, when you go to Yelp and you are cited there. You go to Trustpilot, you are cited there.
And so you used Fiverr to build backlinks?
To build citations.
Okay.
I wouldn't call them backlinks, because backlink, I would expect something more sophisticated, like high quality blogs, but not for these clients.
So you were, but there are some decent directories out there that aren't like basic citations.
Absolutely.
And you were doing those?
I asked him, I want to be featured in these specific directories, prioritize plumbing directories, and the other things feel free. Because
have you tried
tell me.
You use SEMrush, right?
Yes.
Have you tried SEMrush local?
No, because perks of being in third world countries is like a lot of features are not available for example,
I see.
Morocco or countries like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
So I didn't really bother. But the thing is, the keyword that we are tracking in SEMrush, they have gone up. And especially local SEO. His local SEO, like his Google Maps, is the one ranking position one in quite a very big area compared to the size of Belgium.
All right. So you used Fiverr to build local citations.
For this case, yes.
And that was and was that all that you did, or did you need
No,
to do
no,
other
no,
things?
absolutely not. This was like, let's call it a
I'm
revelation.
just talking. I'm just talking offsite. I'm talking about link building.
Sure, sure. Okay. About link building, no. We do sometimes we tried uh, forum comments link building.
Oh, interesting.
It
That's
does
Black
work.
Hat.
It does work. It does work. Just to be very clear.
Were you getting do follow backlinks or no follow
Do
backlinks?
follow mostly. Do follow.
And then so where were you finding the forums to post in, and how are you doing that?
Uh, a freelancer who had like a system of scraping, and I ordered like I think 50 backlinks. I gave him some criterias, like you should give me a guarantee if they go down within 6 months, you replace them. They should be do follow. They should be. I didn't ask for niche relevancy even, and so it's the black hats of black hats. And I asked for a DA superior to 30.
I see. I just feel like that's really risky to
It
do, man.
is. It is.
It's like, why are you doing that for a client?
No,
That could
no,
mess
it's not
them
for
up
a
for a long
client.
time.
It's not for a
Oh,
client.
okay. Okay.
We do these tests for our internal projects. For
Okay.
example, the website that I've shown you,
I was
Kiko.
confused.
No,
I
no,
thought
no,
you
no,
were
no.
doing it for this plumber.
No, no, absolutely. The plumber was the citations. That's it.
Okay.
The citations is very
so
white hat.
to be
To be
clear
clear.
for the people listening, you don't need to mess around with this type of link building. If you don't know how to do it, that's okay. It's not necessary.
Avoid it. Avoid it as much as you can, unless you,
I'm saying
yeah.
I'm saying I just straight up don't think it's necessary. I mean, I know it's not necessary.
Okay, let's
It's just
talk.
not necessary.
Let's talk, Edwin. Okay, so for a new website, let's suppose it's in
Yeah,
the US this time. Okay,
sure.
a new website in the US. How would you acquire backlinks in this case as a start, like to get the
What
momentum,
everything that I say,
going?
everything that I say on this show, which is okay. First step, directories. There's like going to be a million general and then niche directories. So
We
general,
agree.
just business directories, and then directories that are in your niche.
We agree.
And like find as go as niche as you can. If you can't go super niche, that's okay.
Yes.
Directories, great place to start.
Awesome.
You're doing help reporter out. You're doing source of sources. You're doing featured.com. I have like a 76% hit rate
You
on
have
featured.com.
76%.
On featured.com.
That's interesting.
It's crazy. Featured.com. I'm going on podcasts. So I'm getting blurbs in podcast episodes that then link back to my site using the language that I provide. I'm tracking the language that I am giving to directories. So I see it, I see it everywhere, and I see different gaps within the language that I'm using. Like, oh, I should use this keyword more, and I should use this keyword more. And I have that all tracked in a spreadsheet. Then I'm doing linkable assets. I'm making a linkable asset. I'm launching it on Product Hunt. I'm launching it on Beta List. I'm also I'm adding share features into that linkable asset. Then I'm doing SEO on that linkable asset, so people find the linkable asset through organic, and then they're sharing it, which has this self-fulfilling loop of just getting me more links.
It is
So I'm
quite a lot of work, which is very good work compared to investing a few dollars. Well, not a few dollars, but like there is a trade-off. The way you do things
okay.
is the best way. Like you do things
Yeah,
white hat, safe.
but here's the thing. I play SEO. I'm not playing SEO for like the 1 year game, the two, like I'm playing SEO for the long term. I am playing SEO to build a crazy, crazy valuable asset. So I'm not risking things just to just to save a few months.
No,
And the
absolutely.
keywords that I'm targeting, you also got to keep in mind, the keywords that I'm targeting, I'm finding the best purchase intent keyword. I'm finding extremely purchase intent keywords that are not being targeted by competitors, that are left wide open. So I'm just targeting these keywords really well. They're purchase intent. They generate revenue, which I can reinvest into the business, and they're left open, so it doesn't actually take that much to rank for them. I'm not starting a new site in, like, I don't know, in like desks, and I'm trying to create a blog that says best desks in 2025. I'm not doing that with a new site. I'm finding just all the niche bottom of funnel use cases for desks that other desk manufacturers aren't targeting. I'm doing things like that. And when you do things like that, it's actually really easy to get quick wins that are also sustainable. And sustainable is the name of the game. And then they're evergreen, and you just keep reinvesting and reinvesting and reinvesting.
Absolutely. Absolutely, this is the best way. We are not denying it. The idea is mixing between, okay, so just to be very clear.
By the way, I'm not opposed to like, I mean, look, I say I don't condone the black hat stuff on this show. And I'm not going to publicly condone it. So yeah, don't do the black hats. Don't do the black
I'm
hat stuff.
saying the same thing.
But
Don't do it.
But don't do the black hat stuff. But I will say, like, the smart SEOs know that there are varying levels of risk.
Absolutely.
You know, I had like, and if you don't feel like you are sophisticated, do the white hat stuff, and it's totally cool. So, like, people go to all sorts of lengths to protect themselves too, which you might not want to go to. I just had on this guy Harpreet on the show. Harpreet is great. We had a great episode. And he's like, yeah, if I'm doing anything like where it's like, he's literally he has all these different email addresses because he silos his properties into email addresses on Google Search Console. He doesn't want any of them connected on Google Search Console. So I've heard people who are using virtual machines. They are
True,
using
because
different IP addresses, like all sorts of
you
things.
said in one episode that if if you are linked to many search consoles, if one gets penalized, others may get penalized too. Right.
That happens all the time.
Shit.
That happens all the time. And that's why I'm saying, like, you don't need the
Yeah.
crazy black hat link building techniques.
No,
And you honestly don't even need that many links. Like, you would be shocked if you do white hat link building and you're using Help Reporter Out or Source of Sources, and you get one great backlink. Maybe it takes you a month and you're responding to a journalist query every day, and you get one extremely reputable site that can just boost like all of your pages for their target keywords. I had that happen. This was I was putting up pages. I was a news site, and I was responding to Help Reporter Out and I think feature.com just every day, just one journalist every day. I was responding to one journalist every day. And I got like a bunch of little ones, but then I got Healthline, and it was a website in the health niche. It was a website in the mental health niche, and I got Healthline, and that just boosted everything like that immediately. So, and it was a news site. And so,
Sure.
like, a brand new site.
Tell me more about this. Okay. So you are the SEO experts, yet you got the backlink from Healthline. Did you use like ChatGPT or something to generate the answer?
Actually, no. I didn't know. I didn't use Chat. I was just writing it myself.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm spending 15 to 30 minutes a day on it.
But for example, what was the question, if you remember?
Oh, I don't remember the question.
But
it was like, I don't know, what should people be doing every day for to build like consistency,
all right.
to stay consistent with something.
So it was not something that required expertise, specific expertise in that very niche.
Well, we had actually, no, this was for a product that was in like the consistency niche within mental health.
All right, perfect. So it made sense. Okay, but what you are saying, Edward, and I absolutely agree with you, as long as first you have like the advantages that you have, experience and expertise, You have the shortcuts, you have the strategic aspect, you have everything. But for a new business, like an absolute new business that has to deal with his own internal challenges.
You're talking,
Yeah.
but dude, you're talking, okay, you're saying, all right, Edward, you have the expertise, but what should people who don't have expertise
That's
do?
exactly
They
my
should buy
question.
backlinks. But hold up, if they don't have expertise and they're buying backlinks, there's a really good chance that they are going to mess up their website for a long time because they don't have expertise, and you just said that. And I'm saying do the safe stuff so that doesn't happen to you, and build up your expertise in a safe way. Because if you don't have expertise and you're planning on starting a business that you want to stick with for a long time, and then you're going and doing risky things that you don't have expertise with, that's a terrible idea. And that's what I'm saying.
I should agree with that. Yes, definitely. And now that I imagine that a small business with zero experience and expertise, or just a little dabbling in black hat, yeah, it will harm them. Okay, so for
it will harm them.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, let me ask you this: what are some interesting trends that you're seeing in SEO right now?
Trends in SEO. Like these last updates, there has been a very big reshuffling of the rankings. Even in France, I believe in US too. France, Belgium, Morocco, like the rankings have changed a lot. It's mostly played in our favor, like mostly. But it is quite challenging to trust your current strategies for the future, unless you're doing, of course, everything as white hat as Edward. That's first.
That's what I'm saying. I just believe, because I'm like, I haven't seen that. I mean, I've seen that with other businesses, not with my businesses. I'm just saying that if, like, I think actually something that I've talked about is just Google has just gotten smarter. Everyone who's come on the show has just said Google has gotten smarter. Like recently, everyone was reporting tons of index pages.
Yes.
Like everyone was like, oh my God, so many of my pages got de-indexed by Google. But when you actually look closer,
the traffic
and you see
did not
the pages,
change. Exactly.
The traffic didn't change, and it was thin pages that were old, pages that weren't updated, pages that were not useful. And so, yeah, I'm like, and is it any surprise that Google has gotten smarter? Like, it shouldn't be. We have like more sophisticated technology.
Speaking of Google
in
getting
2025,
smarter,
Google has it.
Speaking of Google getting smarter, what do you think of the fact that, let's say there is a negative SEO campaign against your website? People are having like over-optimized anchors sent into your website. Would you do the disavow file, or would you just trust Google to ignore the new backlinks?
Negative SEO is a real thing. It's a very, very real thing. And if you know your SEO, it's very easy to do. I would tread very, very lightly on it. I would obviously you hope that it doesn't happen. I wouldn't say a disavow is out of the question. I do think people mistakenly think that they've been hit by negative SEO, and that happens all the time. And then they
panic,
do a disavow, and it messes everything up. So I'm hesitant to recommend it, because like you really, I would say this: if you were an expert, hire a few people before doing that. If your SEO is important to you, spend a little bit of money, hire a few experts to look at your backlinks, explain why you think you've been hit, and then consider it, and get multiple takes. This is the type of thing where you don't want to just do it without thinking. So honestly, I would say get like, it's like, imagine having like a big surgery. You want to get
the
a second
absolute
opinion
expert.
and a third opinion.
Yeah. So in this
Yeah,
case,
so-
you would
yeah.
although Google is getting smarter in choosing the links, but you would still, in this case, think about
If it's
disavow.
real negative, look, if it's real negative SEO and it hit you really bad, and we know that it's negative SEO, and like, let's say that someone even told you, hey, I negative SEO'd you, and then you see and then you literally see your traffic spike down. So as like, you know, with certainty you got negative SEO'd and you see your traffic spike down.
The the
Yeah,
mm,
I think I would do a disavow in that case.
all right. The two ways I know of like
But yeah, but again, it's super risky.
yeah.
So what were we saying?
When we are talking about negative SEO, I'm thinking of two ways. Either like negative backlinks campaign, like the worst of the worst,
Yeah,
or
buying a ton of exact match anchor text links.
exactly, or the negative CTR manipulation, like pogo sticking.
Mm-mm.
And I had a lead who shared with me the Search Console. It's literally what happened. So he was also it's
How do they how does this person know that that's what happened?
because the Google Search Console. So the context is he is also a plumber in Belgium.
Oh, so the person saw CTR decrease in Google Search
I
Console.
will explain everything. So he is a plumber in Belgium, and in Belgium the plumber, yeah, he gets quite rich, and it is quite competitive. So there was a competitor who said to his friend, the guy is starting to rank well, but I will ruin his life, and and you will see. And literally 2 weeks after, the Google Search Console, it was like 30, 40, 50 clicks per day. It went up to 5,000. 5,000 clicks in Belgium, absolutely not for this niche. And then it went to 8,000. And then it fell to 6,000. And then the clicks, once this campaign finished, like it took 4 days, the clicks have never recovered. It's not even what it was before. It's as if Google said it is a very bad website. I should treat it very badly. I shouldn't rank it. So these are the two ways I know that you can do negative SEO. Is there any other way that you have in mind?
There's tons of ways. I was thinking about a different, I forgot what it was, but I was thinking about a different one recently. Uh, yeah, but there's tons of ways to do negative SEO. I mean, I've even seen that Google uses sentiment analysis. So if there's like a lot of backlash against a brand,
It is true.
Google,
It is true
yeah.
because
So
it was exploited. Like there was a guy who was selling, I think, some glasses.
yes, he was giving people bad products, so
Exactly.
they would write bad reviews
And he
about
would
him, and he
rank
was
more.
getting all these do follow
Yeah,
backlinks. So it was working for a little bit, and Google's like, this is a problem, and
I see.
yeah,
So okay, so I get it.
there's all sorts of things that can be done. I will say though, you know what a good protection is against that sort of manipulative behavior.
A great brand.
Good potential. What?
A great brand.
A greater brand, man, and strong, a greater brand and stronger white hat links, and
Absolutely.
yeah, because yeah, honestly, that's the best protection you can have, and a good way to think about it, if you're a listener and you're like, oh my god, this is so scary, a good way to think about it is like, people are really going to worry about you when you start getting big,
Definitely.
and maybe then you already have the protection that you need. So I just like, don't get hung up on that. Everyone faces competition. You just need to stick with something. Everyone faces competition. Everybody gets competition. It's inevitable that it'll happen. People will steal from you. All sorts of bad stuff will happen to your business. But if you just stick with it, it works out.
I absolutely agree. Yeah. So, for all the new businesses, do not do black hats. Apparently, from what Edward is saying, it is quite easy. It's easier than you may think. So,
I'm saying if you don't have experience with black hat,
do not do it.
it's not smart to do black
Absolutely,
hat.
absolutely, absolutely. And yeah,
I'm not saying black hat doesn't work. I'm saying if you
it's
don't
not
have experience
sustainable,
with black
and
hat,
sustainability too.
that's true.
That's
I mean,
mm,
that can be debated. I can, like, if you are very experienced, that one can be debated. But yeah,
what do you think?
it's like, would you rather invest your time in trying to learn all these black hat techniques that aren't even necessary, or would you rather invest your time in creating a great brand with great white hat links and great content that people stick around on? And I think the answer is obvious.
Definitely obvious. Let me like one question. What do you think of backlink purchasing, but from like high authority websites? I'm talking, uh,
I think it's
let's call
I
it
think it's hit or
PR.
miss. I've talked about this. I talked about this on the show. I talked about this on the show on a recent episode, but it's hit or miss because you can have a high authority site that isn't ranking for anything and isn't even passing you traffic, and that link isn't really gonna matter. So it's hit or miss. You want to be on a real site on optimally on a page that's actually ranking, and having a link that's actually going to pass you traffic. So now look, it's like there's different levels and there's going to be weights applied to all sorts of those variables, but like just domain authority alone, just looking at that isn't that important.
So,
Domain rating, domain authority, whatever you want to call it.
so it's not actually black hats. It's not even gray hats. But what you are saying is, do not get the backlink just for the backlink, but get it from sources that will also drive traffic and positive click signals to your website. That's what you're
I'm
saying.
saying, yeah, I'm saying two backlinks of the same domain authority are not equal.
Absolutely. We agree. There is the niche relevance, there is the
There's a niche
traffic, there
relevance.
is
Yeah.
a lot of things. I see. And what is next for Edward?
What is next for Edward? I'm just going to keep doing this show and trying to give people the best information possible. Yeah, I have some things that I'm working on, but this show, I'm just trying to give people the best info, the coolest, most useful information. I think people get distracted on things that don't matter quite a bit,
Absolutely.
and I
Absolutely.
try to help people. Like I would say LLMs.txt. That's an example of something that doesn't matter. Where
I've
Google
watched the
recently even said
episode.
like, oh yeah, Google literally said LLMs.txt doesn't matter. The biggest content marketing sites aren't using LLMs.txt. In fact, like people were looking at log files. It was Adobe's head of SEO or something was looking at log files for tons of websites and was like, oh my god, like the AI, these AIs aren't even looking at the LLMs.txt. So that's an example.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, where can everybody find you?
Through my website. It's rhillane.com or LinkedIn. It's Rhillane Ayoub, like Rhillane Ayoub. And by the way, I really once again appreciate your show. I don't think I hardly ever watch something and I say to myself, I already know that. Although I have been able to rank a lot of websites, top three, top two, top one, but yeah, the value of your videos, I really appreciate it. I'm not glazing, I'm
Well,
not a glazer,
I appreciate
but
that back.
it's an absolute fact, and you have been very
I
useful
appreciate that back.
for us. And I ask my team that every I hope that they do it, but I insist on them that every day they should watch either one of your videos or Jackie Chow or whatever. But yeah, you are at the top.
That's amazing, man. Thank you
My
so much.
pleasure.
Thank you for coming on. Are you on LinkedIn or on X or
Yes,
on
I
Threads?
am on LinkedIn, X not so much, Instagram yes. So I can leave you like
So
the
I'll share
message.
your website
Yes,
and your
please.
LinkedIn in the description for this episode.
Perfect. It was very interesting, Edward. It is a great approach, like do it white hat, especially if you're not experienced with SEO. I absolutely agree. If you know a bit of SEO, do it at your own cost.
And
But
you know what? There are a bunch of black hat methods that are safer than other black hat methods.
absolutely,
There's like Parasite SEO is an example of one that can actually be very safe.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
mm.
yeah, Parasite SEO can be very, 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 especially if you're not linking back to your own site. That's one that can be very safe. So
Now that you said
yeah,
that in featured you had like a 70% conversion rate, I will absolutely be trying that.
yeah,
Featured.com.
featured.com is legit.
I will absolutely be trying that. All right, Edward, thank you very much.
Thank you for
It
coming
was
on.
a great
Stick
pleasure.
around when I hit stop
Perfect.
because the video will have to upload. For everybody, watching or listening. This is episode 784 of my daily digital marketing show, The Edward Show, 784 days in a row doing this podcast. Thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.